In this section, we study quadratic equations. A quadratic equation is an equation containing a second-degree polynomial. Another way to put this is a quadratic equation is an equation of the following form. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where we have that a, b, and c are real numbers, and a is non-zero. The main goal of this section is to solve quadratic equations. Another way to put this is we want to find all x values that make this equation true. And we'll be looking at 4 different ways on how to do this. In part A, we'll be looking at the square root property. This will allow us to solve simple quadratic equations. Such as an equation of the following form: x squared is equal to 10. Then, in part B, we'll be looking at factoring. Factoring will allow us to solve more quadratic equations of a bigger variety. A typical example would be x squared minus x plus 5 is equal to 0. And then we'll introduce the third method, which is going to be completing the square. Well, again, completing the square will allow us to solve a larger variety of quadratic equations than just factoring would allow us. An important property about completing the square is it's going to allow us to graphically study these types of equations. Then, in the last part of this section, we'll introduce the quadratic formula. This is the most powerful and useful method in the other 3, because this is going to allow us to solve all quadratic equations.